said, hey, you approach me. I've been thinking about you and you on me. And we just like to fuck, that's nothing else. You know, I'm falling in love, that's for someone else.
What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm going to react to Signified B-Sides. He's talking about how he thinks that Kendrick will let us down during the Super Bowl. Kendrick is my favorite rapper, and I've seen him perform multiple times. I've been to concerts, and he's a great performer. He also has performed at the Super Bowl before and did a great job. So I'm not sure why he thinks that he's going to be a letdown, but I guess we're about to find out. Let's get into it.
Oh man, I don't know if I've ever had this many people at once. Let's do some real shit while I got y'all here. This weekend, September 6th, City Hall. So
I'm gonna give him a couple more seconds, but this is kind of a longer video, so if he doesn't get to the point that I'm here for, we're gonna have to skip some of this. I will put the link to his video in my description, so if you want to watch this whole video or go to his page and see what he got going on, it'll be there. But yeah, we gonna
if you are in Atlanta, there's local stuff I'm sure happening near you. You probably need to
yes, guys, go and vote, please. Please vote. But vote for the right option.
Song. If you haven't heard the song, Kendrick released a song yesterday at 6 o'clock. So to betray the proletariat, let's save these. I'm gonna save these. But to betray the proletariat, he would have to have been proletariat, of which he is not. But we'll come back to that. I'll try to hold though.
They
so I've been
above
trying
my education level, because what the fuck is a poltergeist? That's what he said. He had to. Polterariat? Pegasus? I don't know. What are they talking about?
It's cooked since my Drake video.
Yes.
My first Drake video.
Oh.
And when I say cooked, I don't mean that hip hop music is cooked or that hip hop music is bad now. I am not that old head. I think if you're here, you know that about me, that I'm not the old head that's like hip hop is dead. All the new rappers are bad. It's mumble rap, yada, yada, yada. I like a lot of mumble rap because it sounds like 3 6 Mafia. I like 3 6 Mafia. But as a cultural force and an artistic force, hip hop is greatly cooked. A pop culture artistic force, I should say. Hip hop is greatly cooked. And one thing I had to come to grips with that I realized relatively recently is that hip hop's probably been cooked from the beginning. That was the underlying theme of the Kid and Play video. Please, if you haven't, go watch my Kid and Play video. It did well, so I know a lot of people did. But at the end of that Kid and Play video, I talked about the fact that during the hip hop's earliest days, it was like a gold rush. It was like a scramble for power, where once people started realizing what hip hop could be, everybody kind of came to the table and said, we want our piece, we're gonna make hip hop this, or we want this piece, we're gonna make hip hop that, and we're gonna do all these things. And hip hop, which started out as this very radical, very organic, very people-based, very black-centered and urban-centered and proletariat-centered thing, immediately became corporatized. They got it quick. They co-opted it really quick. But what made hip hop so special, what made that co-option so insidious, is that the first truly breakthrough wave of hip hop at the massive level was gangster rap. And gangster rap was so counterculture and so against the grain and so hated by conservatives and by, normie society that people still thought that it was a radical, rebellious movement, but it wasn't. We know now, and we knew then, that hip hop, that a lot of those early gangster rappers were not gangsters. And most gangster rappers across the years in hip hop were not gangsters. It was like half of them became actors, literally. And I talked about the fact that at the time, people started shitting on Will Smith and Kid and Play and Kwame and all the party fun rappers, calling them corny. But gangster rap, although still really good music, was still corporately owned. It was still owned by a bunch of white people that took all the money, didn't pay any of these rappers half of anything. Half those rappers are still broke today. The ones that are still around usually got money because they exploited other rappers. As somebody, who watched my old shit, gangster rap was very much kayfabe. It wasn't real. But it kind of had a stink and it was real. So over time, we see the...
Are these real terms? Do other people know them? Or is this some stuff that his community knows? Teach me.
Essence of hip hop, which is still there. That radical essence is still there. It's just not what hip hop really is. Hip hop really is just a commercial entity.
But isn't it just there's different sides of everything? There's gonna be the conscientious side, there's gonna be the ratchet side, there's gonna be the gangster mumble rap kind of side, but I feel like that's just different sections, genre I should say, as rap. I feel like that happens with any type of music, really. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Like why we're saying like it's cooked from the beginning when this is all music, all genres. I feel like they have this type of issue more so. Like there's more mainstream, there's more old school, soulful, whatever, and usually certain things are pushed, and it might be a detriment to the genre as a whole. But I don't know.
It just looks radical, but that essence was still there and powerful and prominent and kept alive and still contributed to radical energy and radical thought. I got a B-sides and maybe a main video in my head about Dead Prez, which I remember hearing in like my junior year of high school and like having my mind blown because I was like, what are they talking about? You know, I didn't listen. I wish I'd have listened harder at the time. But like to this day, I can't imagine a thing like Dead Prez ever happening again in hip hop. So I bring that up because I think Kendrick remembers that essence. That was kind of the main thrust of my video. Kendrick at least remembers that essence and recognizes that over time, even though hip hop has always been cooked, that essence has been slowly eroded, erased, and dissolving from the culture to what we have now. And so now hip hop is just pop. It just is. Everything sounds like hip hop, and hip hop sounds like everything. The artists don't know how to perform. Nobody's selling records, and that's a lot of people. But for hip hop in particular,
And that's to me the record label's fault. Because they're trying to, make a TikTok sound, and they're trying to, just like the quick money grabs almost. Like the what did somebody say? They want their product to look like it's in high demand. That doesn't mean it has to be in high demand. They want it to look like it though, and I just find that really weird. And honestly, any engagement is a good engagement to them. You can be hating all fucking day on an artist. You're still engaging. Then engagement makes the money, and so that's why they probably don't give a fuck really what messages they're like portraying through like Sexy Red or Ice Spice and stuff like that. As long as you're interacting, that's all they want.
right? So when you hear Kendrick on this song saying it's time to let the party die, I think that's what he's talking about. He's talking about, okay, he's talking about exactly what I said he said in the video. He's saying we need to reclaim hip hop for its original status and state, or it's over. And you hear him calling out, not by name, but people like DJ Vlad, Academics, Adam 22, calling out the killers who kill innocents, calling out, for lack of a better way of putting it, bitch ass niggas throughout the industry and throughout the culture. Mal from Joe Budden podcast, calling out the degeneracy, the drug usage. What is this whippet shit? When did niggas start to do whippets? Yeah.
Because they're idiots, bro. Oh God, I've literally, there's been points in my life where I've just literally felt like I just like don't fit in. And the reason I say this is because stuff like that, like mofos will see somebody do like a drug or see them inhale some fucking gas and go and get some gas to inhale. I've fucking never, I don't care what it was. It didn't, a fad, a trend, a damn shoe, purse, nothing. That's never been like a thing for me. Honestly, even like with shows and stuff like that, when it was overhyped or, oh, you gotta watch this, it made me not want to, because now I feel like y'all are just gassing it, saying you like it because the next person likes it. But it's so disingenuous, it's so lacking of your own personality, your own flair, your own anything, that I've wanted to go so far away from stuff. Because it doesn't make any sense. You're going to suck in some fucking gas because somebody else on the internet fucking did it, you damn dumbass. You want to scam Chase Bank because someone else did it? Now look at you, $20,000 in debt, bitch. That's all I'm going to say. Bro.
He's pissed. He's really frustrated with the state of the game.
I'm pissed.
And as I said,
it's annoying.
I may have cut this line, this little piece, but I said in a version of the Drake, that beef video, that Kendrick knows that going forward, he's going to have the whole culture's ear. And so he is preparing his master thesis. Not to make this into a Kendrick versus Drake thing. So that song is not a diss to Drake. It's not. People it's so frustrating, the level of.
And even with my video, I kept saying, it's not, I just think the shoe fits. And it did fit. And it fit a lot of other people as well. And I think that was the biggest thing, is that he was basically just trying to get him out the way for the purpose of what he's talking about in this song. Is that I'm talking a lot and I'm sorry, but he's trying to get that out the way for the purpose of him having a lot of disdain for the state that rap is in currently, and him seeing Drake as like one of the main pillars of the reasons that it is this way. So he said, I gotta knock your ass out so I can really fix this shit. I think that's what he was doing, but I don't think it was, oh, Drake, I'm dissing Drake. No, I think he was dissing every fucking body, to be complete, the whole industry.
Really not about Drake. You can probably misapply it to Drake, but it doesn't really, not at all. It's about the industry. It's about the state of the culture. But going back to what I was saying, but it shows that I was right in that take, that Kendrick has the ear of the culture right now. Because understand, I think I saw on Twitter today, Drake has dropped like 20 songs since the beef, and none of them have had the impact that this had last night in the short period of time. And I kind of like that No Face song. It feels unfinished. But beyond that, he's tried every little different type of Drake he's given us. He's given us Drake with the melodies and Drake when he acts tough, and none of them have really resonated at a significant level. I do think this is a heart. I don't know if that'll, ring true at the end, but it's definitely a heart in essence. And everything with Kendrick is on purpose. He's really thoughtful about this shit. Like the picture of the Black Air.
Oh. He couldn't call it the Heart Part 6. He releasing an album. What's another significant date? Because 9/11, 9/20. I don't know. That's just Friday. I'll be looking at 9/20 for something.
Hour before he posted the video. I don't know how this nigga keeps doing this shit. All right, so that brings you to the Super Bowl thing. And as much as I love Kendrick, I got to side eye a little bit. I'm going to be hopeful and withhold judgment, but the American flag was a choice. Like I said a second ago, everything Kendrick does is intentional. Like maybe there's a long-term storytelling thing that's going to happen that we're going to look back on and say, okay, I see what he was doing there. Maybe, I know it was a movie reference. I know it was a Pat movie reference. It's still a choice. I don't know much about that movie, but like that speech, the speech that was from is like, ugh. So in my mind, I would like to think that there's something coming that will make sense of that. But then the other part is that this is the NFL and Jay-Z. I'm sorry, reclaiming the flag. Ugh. I don't know about that one. My heart of hearts, my heart tells me Kendrick's gonna do something really cool that's gonna inspire, and I'm not gonna cringe at it. I'm gonna be like, yo, that was some real hip hop shit. My head tells me he's gonna do some co-opted Ibram X Kendi Beyonce with the Black Panther outfit on.
What the fuck was wrong with that? What, can you explain? What was wrong with Beyonce with the Black Panther on? I thought that was a moment. I thought she did that.
Because we're talking about Jay-Z, so we know. So let me do that history real quick. Jay-Z is the coordinating body, the person that chooses the halftime shows for the NFL since 2019. Anybody? 2019.
But he has to go through 850 fucking people. He picks them, and then he has to get it approved by so many, establishments, and then approved by the city that the Super Bowl is held in. So it's not just like
2018, and that was in part the NFL laundering what happened with Colin Kaepernick. So to bring it back even further,
ain't Colin Kaepernick still unemployed?
Tests at the NFL, he kneels on one knee in protest of police brutality against black people. I think this is after Mike Brown. He plays the rest of that year. I think he's 27, 28. Cap legit had 4 years easy left in his career, but he is released from his team, and his team releasing him wasn't that surprising.
I hear you, but I want to get to the point of what you're saying about Kendrick. I know all of this about Mr. Colin Kaepernick.
As critical as I am now, or would be now, but at the time he was like, "What? Give me some of them bullshit black excellence phrases niggas was making excuse for Jay-Z. You got to play the game to win the game. You got to change the system from within. Chess not checkers. That's what they were saying to niggas. They were saying chess not checkers." As Jay-Z did this shit. And since Jay-Z has done this, because we was like, yo, Jay-Z gonna hold us down, Jay-Z gonna hold Cap down, Jay-Z gonna probably do this, he gonna probably do that. He has done nothing. He has done nothing other than get his money for getting new acts. We had Usher, The Weeknd, Rihanna, the whole West Coast people last year.
I think it's just more like attention on urban culture, really. But what does this have to do with Kendrick?
Maybe a couple years before that. I think maybe Maroon 5 was like the only white people he's brought. We passed kneeling. We really aren't. Niggas just got shot in D.C. 11 times like last week. So Kendrick has already crossed the line to perform. And mind you, everybody has. So to show you my hypocrisy here, I never stopped watching football. I was like, I'm not stopping watching football. I respect everything Cap did. I find other ways to support. I'm not stopping watching football. This is one of the few things I do with my fun time. I never joined any boycott, etc. You don't gotta watch much of my channel to know the nigga love the Bears. Motherfuckers like, well, you know. So like, let me no name myself real quick and understand that I am speaking as not the morally pure figure in this situation. Shout out to everybody that stopped watching football after Cap. Shout out to all 5 of y'all. That said, when Kendrick performed, I noticed one specific thing that I might have put in a video, and I was like, ooh, that one stings. That one stings. Because Kendrick's performance included All Right. One of my favorite Kendrick songs, one of my children's favorite Kendrick songs, song that really represented, was like the song of the Black Lives Matter movement, the organic movement. He has a line, we hate Popo, want to kill us dead in the street for sure, right? In his performance at the Super Bowl, Kendrick edited that line out of the song. He said, and we hate pop pop. It was like a drum, it's an extra drum lick. We hate want to kill us dead in the street for show. And it's like, ooh, it made you cut that out. And I get it. I've heard people say like, oh, he had to do that because, well, obviously he had to do it because if he wanted to perform, he had to do it. But they also seemed like it was like, look, a lot of people will get their pockets touched if you say that. Either way, it was disappointing. That was when I realized Kendrick was human. I never gave Kendrick.
Well, obviously, the only person that didn't do what they were supposed to do during that performance was Eminem. He was not supposed to kneel, and he did it anyway. And it's because he's fucking Eminem. Like that's just kind of on brand with him, where he just does not follow the rules, and he's gonna do what the fuck he wants. And it kind of was like he could, because he was the white boy doing it. Like, well, like I don't know, but I'm still not understanding the criticism. And maybe I'm really not trying to be biased. I'm not just trying to be like, well, Kendrick is amazing. I'm really just trying to listen, but I don't. He's like, I don't get it. What he's trying to get.
Kendrick a ton of credit for his politics, just because his politics, even before I evolved my politics, I recognize Kendrick's politics. People, there's a question I see in my comments all the time, and like when I look up, I'm out there like looking for info, people are like, is Kendrick a hotep? What is a hotep? Like, y'all really think Kendrick a hotep? Yes. Kendrick, like, he name dropped Nipsey Hussle in this song. Now, not hotep in the most pejorative sense, but just in there's a specific, black, Afrocentric, radical aesthetic, umbrella. Hoteps have it's a large spectrum.
Yeah, but
he's in that spectrum.
Like the religion is like some, I don't know, whatever. It just doesn't seem like it aligns fully, personally, but.
He's not very problematic with his teppery. I think Kendrick's hotepery is ideal. I think the hotepery you want is what Kendrick Lamar gives you. Because no really problematic hotep is making auntie diaries. So I respect Kendrick's politics overall, but I just don't put a lot of value in them. The only rapper whose politics I think are actually pretty good overall, he has a lot of L. Shout out to John Lewis, who just drug him for filth. But Lupe Fiasco is the only person whose politics I think have been on point pretty much from jump. But other than in like No Name, obviously I'm tripping. No Name and like mainstream rappers. So that brings me back to Kendrick and like what I was teasing at the end or at the beginning, which I kind of already said. There's a good chance that there's a chance again in my heart that Kendrick's gonna do something really cool and radical. He's either gonna get permission or defy rules.
I mean, he's done it. If we look at his Grammy performances, he's kind of, and not like, I don't know if there were rules on him or not, but he's done like very radical performances each time, it seemed like. So I mean I kind of expected that, and I think I would like it, but the reception from the overall America is what I'm like, might not go down the best. Even like his BET performance when he did DNA or something like that, I remember Fox News was talking about it like, oh, and they were angry, but whatever, like, that's what I'm saying, like, maybe the reception's not going to be the best, but, I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows that. Like, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know.
Really talking for the rest of the week about what he did at the Super Bowl. But more than likely, he's going to do some co-opted shit. I'm just being real. As much as I love him, as much as I love the man's music, I cannot imagine anything being done on the Super Bowl set up by Jay-Z truly being radical. It would be Black Excellence brunch adjacent. That's just the truth. And part of this song is a response to like people talking, oh, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, no, by the way, no. The Super Bowl's been in New Orleans like 7 times in the last 15 years. Like literally every third, fourth year, the Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Nobody's ever cared that Wayne hasn't performed in
exactly. They're just mad that Kendrick got it. I'm gonna wrap this up here. If y'all want to look at the rest, then you can. Like I said, I try to be as you know, listening. It was kind of like a very all over the place conversation, but like I said, like he might, he might just put on a show. He might just put on a show and try to keep it fun. He might have some messages in there in a way where he can do his messages without having this whole a bunch of backlash, or he might take the Eminem route and say, fuck what y'all say, I don't give a shit, and do what they said not to do. And he's performing. What the fuck are they gonna do? Like, were they gonna go up and tackle Eminem from kneeling? No. So they had to let it go. It's not, they don't get paid to do the Super Bowl anyway. They just get like endorsements and stuff from that shit. But they don't get paid, so it's not like, oh, well, you did that, we're not paying you. You won't pay me in the first place, bitch. So I don't know. Like I don't. Like I said, the only thing I could be like kind of uncomfortable with is how he's gonna, you know, push the envelope, or how he's gonna step outside the box, and what is he gonna do, and is he gonna step up, like is he going to, you know, because everybody's hating already, so like it's just a lot of pressure, and just trying to figure out how he's gonna manage and what steps he's gonna take or whatever. But I'm looking forward to it. So I mean, I don't know if I fully agree with him. I'm pretty sure he's releasing a new album, and I think we'll know more about, based off of what he releases, how this, what kind of vibe he's gonna go with for this Super Bowl performance. So, anyways, y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'll see y'all in the next one.